All right, y'all, so I haven't had much time. We picked up a 2025 Bronco, so kind of wanted to go over that with y'all a little bit today, why we picked up the 2025. Y'all, was the end of the year, incentives were really good, and if y'all didn't notice, Bronco dropped MSRPs last year. So to be able to pick up a new vehicle that's in 40s to mid 40s and get all the technology, get all the new safety, airbags, good crash ratings, all those things, and four-wheel drive. I mean, in an all-in-one vehicle. I just want to talk to y'all about the Bronco. So I went and test drove it, and plus I've got a kiddo that's coming up, and we've got to start training her to drive. And our vehicles are very large and have a lot of horsepower, so it's not the best training vehicles to train your kids in. And we've kind of been needing a third vehicle here and there whenever we go out of town or we do stuff, or if one's in the shop, then it's nice to have a spare. So that's why we picked it up. But now I'm gonna get into how it drives, what my thoughts are, all those things. So let's get this camera turned around, let's start talking about it. All right, so first off, we'll do a quick walk around, kind of show y'all some of the things I've done. I've got the RPM Bronco grill on it. Y'all, I think this is the one that comes on the Diamond Edition or something like that. But I mean, the grill's like 200 bucks. And then I also put the Putco lighted Bronco logo on the front. And that other grill to me over there, if you just look at it, it just looks kind of unfinished. Just wasn't impressed with that. I really like this look, so went ahead and put this on. This is an Outerbanks, y'all. They've got levels below it and levels above it. But when you're looking at your budget and what you're gonna spend on something, this is for my kiddo to go to high school, maybe taking to college. So it's nice as four-wheel drive, but the Sasquatch package would have been nice, but you start adding 6-7 grand here and there, it adds up, okay? So the first thing you see is I've got Nitto Recon Grapplers on it. Y'all, we kept the stock wheels, and these are legit. You can put the 295 70 18s on here, which is like a 34 by 11 something. And they work, and they're really quiet, and they ride really good. I did the rough country 2-inch, and y'all, this thing, I can't tell you that it made a difference. It feels about the same after putting the lift kit on it. 2-inch in the front, 2-inch in the back. And y'all, it sits almost perfectly level. I was pretty happy with that. Had the Outerbanks badges on it. Went ahead and peeled those off and ordered the Bronco cursive logos on it. And then sticker fab, just makes those, make a little bit, add a little to it. And with that spare, it actually bolted right up. I did buy the extension for this light, but don't really need it. It actually fit right in there really snug. So I didn't have to do anything with that. But overall, the way it sits with this lift kit and everything, 2-inch lift kit, 295 tires, pretty happy with how it came out. So let's get inside. Let's talk about some stuff on the inside. Okay, y'all, so if you take a look at the inside for the price point of these vehicles, we've got the two-tone leather in it. This one is not the Sasquatch, so it does not have 4 auto. It's just got 4 high. But if you look here, the Lux package is what gets you the 360 camera, adaptive cruise, and all that. Which I went ahead and spent the money on that because for teaching someone to drive, having 360 camera is pretty important. All right, y'all. So now going into this Bronco, I'm definitely not like a Bronco wizard. Okay, so I didn't know all the packages, didn't know all that. I just knew that the pricing was pretty good, and I was pretty interested in the kind of more the entry level. And you can get the Sasquatch, like I said, it's gonna have the 4 auto, and it's got the bigger tires, and it's already lifted. But I think that comes with like a $7,000. You get lockers, you get a few more things, but I'm not really looking for off-road. And the Sasquatch package actually has higher gearing. So what's crazy to me is even with these 295s on this Bronco on the lift, I'm still getting 17 and 18 miles per gallon, y'all. And I'm pretty impressed. I drove the 4-cylinder first. I almost bought the 4-cylinder because, guys, I mean, it got up to 75 miles an hour pretty quick. Got on the highway, it was holding 10th gear, plenty of torque. Well, 4-cylinder was pretty good. But I decided I wanted to go with the 2.7 because I was going to put the 295s on there. Zero regrets doing that. I think the 4-cylinder probably would have handled it fine. I mean, they even sell the 4-cylinder in most of the Sasquatches and stuff like that with the bigger tires. But anyway, so I went ahead and opted for the 2.7, which was a little bit of an upgrade. But I got the Outerbanks with the 2.7 with the Lux package, okay? Like I said, Lux gives you some of that safety stuff, 360 camera, pedestrian alert, cross traffic alert. Some of those things for a new driver that's pretty important to me. And so you just start adding these packages, it's 5,000 or 6,000 for this one or 7,000 for that one. So things are moving and the price can get up there pretty quick.
But I will tell you, for this Outer Banks with the Lux, you know, being able to get this vehicle for somewhere in mid-40s, it's a pretty nice vehicle. My wife and I have been driving it, 1,000 miles on it, and we've been nothing but impressed with it. And like I said, it gets good fuel economy. So I'm gonna pull out here on the highway, just kind of show y'all that in the road noise in comparison to other vehicles, you know, like compared to the Jeep, the road noise is definitely a lot less in this Bronco with the hard top. Definitely wanted the hard top, didn't want to go with the soft top, you know, but overall, impressed. Let's get on the highway, let's drive it. Okay, y'all, we're just gonna pull out on the highway here. Just kind of show y'all, not even a hard acceleration, but like I said, I'm amazed with the torque and this little V6 turbo on it. I mean, even when I go to pass cars, a lot of times, it doesn't even have to downshift in 10, which is kind of crazy to me. Just these boosted gas engines have gotten so good at that low end torque. And I think I felt it shift right there. I'm not pushing on it at all, guys. I mean, just kind of letting it get up to speed. But as you can tell, the road noise really isn't that bad in here. And having the lane assist and stuff, I think the Lux package is definitely worth it. But you know, that 72 right there will just add to the throttle a little bit. You don't feel any shifts. You know, and then having the adaptive cruise, it's nice. Set that cruise right there at 77, y'all. Even with the 295s on here, it's in 9th gear right now. There's 10. Like I said, pretty comfortable and drives really well too. I mean, it's steering is really tight on it. So it's not a cheap vehicle, but for a, you know, a mid-range cost vehicle with warranty, pretty good crash ratings. Turn around, give you a little more spirited acceleration. That's to about 60% throttle right there. Sorry, the sun's on the. So just wanted to thank you for watching the video. If it helped you any, please hit that like, please subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.